You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm so excited to have Gabe Barbato joining us this afternoon, a ranger at Lazy Five Park with Washoe County. Gabe, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I am so excited to have you come here because I'm always looking for fun, free events for family that's informational. And I knew as soon as I saw this event that my kids would love it. Tomorrow, Wednesday of this week, you have a Wildlife Wednesday, and we're talking insects.
Yep, we're going to be talking about the insect life cycles, so butterflies, bees, ants, and then some decomposer animals, and then maybe some of the cool stuff you can find and where to find them.
So with these events, these Wildlife Wednesdays, these are things that you host monthly. So that's really cool to know. And it's at Lazy Five. Where do people go at Lazy Five?
So it's in the Cottonwood Room, which is the big community building at Lazy Five. And then they happen on the second Wednesday of every month, except in June, July, August, and December.
These are completely free.
Completely free, yep.
And so how do you come up with the topics for like tomorrow, talking about insect life cycles? And when you're going over these insects, what will we be learning?
So we're going to be talking about their life cycles and, how they develop from an egg up into adulthood and all the different versions of them and kind of where you can find them and learn more. And then we always at Wildlife Wednesday have a craft or activity or game or something that we do afterwards. So they're really good for kids, but also the information is great for people of all ages. We definitely have had adults with no kids come in and be like, this was fun, so don't think that, oh, this is just for kids.
Right. And I don't want it to seem that way either, because there's also a lot of information, especially as we're entering into spring, knowing those bugs and knowing their use in our community, and that not all bugs are bad.
Nope, not all bugs are bad. And, some of the things you can do at home, simple things like, hey, let's leave a pile or we don't rake up our leaves and different things like that you can just do at your home to help the insect population survive and make it through the next season.
What do you find are the most interesting insects that you're going to be talking about tomorrow?
I'm always really interested in like the dragonflies and the bees are really cool. Just some of the things that they do and how they develop.
Especially out there at Lazy Five, and you take a look at, going north from our community, there are a lot of people who are now creating their own beekeeping or bee colonies. Is that what I say?
Yeah, bee colonies. It's becoming a pretty popular thing to become a beekeeper, and we have a person that sells honey just up the street from us, so we see all the time, and she's a pretty interesting lady. So it's always cool to talk insects with her.
I bet. And then when it comes to the decomposers, why are they important?
They help on all the plant matter, logs, even in plants and animals that die. They help break it down, return the nutrients down to the soil. It's not just earthworms. We have bunches of different beetles and other insects that kind of get in there and help break everything down. Otherwise, we just have piles of sticks everywhere.
Sure. And when you're talking about these insects, are you going to have like hands-on demos of these insects?
We have a couple displays of them, but there's not going to be any live insects.
Okay. That's important to know.
So, we have some cool displays and a lot of, great videos and slides with information during the presentation. And then we have, we'll be doing kind of a game afterwards.
So this is tomorrow, and it's at 6 o'clock. So we're talking Wildlife Wednesday. It's at 6 o'clock at Lazy Five, which obviously has great parking. But do you have to RSVP, or can you just show up? Can you make that last minute choice to show up? Or since you have crafts involved, do you have to prepare for a number of people?
Nope, you can just show up. We don't have you don't have to RSVP anywhere for this. You can find a whole schedule. If you just Google Washoe County Park events, you'll find our calendar. You could also follow us on Facebook at Washoe County Parks, or Lazy Five Park has its own page. Because beyond this, we have ranger walks, we have concerts, we have other things, not just at Lazy Five, at all the Washoe County parks. So that's a good thing to check. Pretty much all of them are kid-friendly, but same thing, if you don't have kids, they're just as good. So come on out.
And it's so good to get this information. It's so nice that you're offering it for free for the community because, again, this is education that helps us understand our ecosystem and where we live. And these insects, they are important to keeping our flora and fauna alive.
Yeah, I mean, they're helping, as I said earlier, break stuff down. They're an important food source for our birds and animals all around. And then they're pollinating, so they have a very crucial role. And some of the things that people don't know, or I always get like, oh, I didn't know that, So if they're not just mosquitoes and the little biting things that bug you all the time, but we have some other cool insects that live around here.
And it's so important that people remember our parks, our community parks. The Washoe County parks are so beautiful in our area, which is why we're so excited to have you joining us this afternoon. Just remember to utilize our Washoe County parks.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
All right, Gabe, we'll invite you back. We'll have you back for more programming.
Sounds great.
All right, you're watching 2 Plus U Nevada.